Okay, there's some new news about the upcoming iPhone 17 series, and it's honestly a big disappointing. Especially, it's mostly about the regular iPhone 17 because we are honestly expecting a good upgrade from the previous year's iPhone, and we thought we would get it, but we got some of it, but we didn't think we got enough. At least not enough to justify an upgrade. Now, apparently, the new iPhone 17, the regular iPhone 17, is not going to be using the same chip as the 17 Pro that's going to be coming out. It's going to be using the same chip as the 16 series. So basically, it's going to be using an older chip. And then there was a lot of talk about it getting a 6.3-inch display because the new Pros are 6.3-inch, but apparently it's not going to be getting that. It's going to be getting a 6.1-inch display like usual. I mean, that's a little disappointing, but not a big deal, I guess. I mean, if it was a 6.3-inch, we would have gotten a bit more battery life, and that would have been great. The main problem with the regular iPhones is the battery life. So yeah, we're getting a 6.1-inch again. And then there's the what else was there? Well, we're still getting the 120 hertz. That's great, I guess, but I mean, they kind of had to at some point. How long were they gonna keep holding on to 60 hertz? But yeah, we're getting 120 hertz. But these two, the thing with the processor and the screen, makes it seem like not much of an upgrade again. Because when you look at the regular 16 and the 17, really the only thing you have is 120 hertz, and I don't know if that's enough to make people who are willing to buy the 16s and willing to put up the 60 hertz refresh rate go for the 120 hertz iPhone 17. Now, if it was a bigger screen and a newer chip, it would have been a better buy, but as it looks like, that's not going to be happening. Now, it's getting a better front camera, and maybe that will be enticing enough for some people, but I don't know, considering the price and oh yeah, the price is a whole nother thing. Now, the big problem with this is, the 17 series is rumored to be split up into two launches. One that's going to be in September, the Pro models and the Air, and the regular 17 is going to be coming in March. Now, the splitting of the launches wasn't a big deal before because we thought that the 17 was going to get the new 17 Pro's chip. But now, the 17 Pro is not going to be getting the new chip. It's going to be getting what at that point will be a year and a half old chip. And by that time, the 17 Pro might have some discounts coming in. Now, that depends on the country, how much that affects it, because in countries like India, the price of the 17 Pro is way higher than regular 17, so it won't make a difference. But in other markets, there might be some discounts, and the price might not be that big, and there won't be a reason to buy the 17 over the 17 Pro. Now, the gap won't be big enough to pick it over it. And those who want to save some money, they'll just go for the 16 because all you're losing is 120 hertz, and the people who are looking at that segment I don't think really care that much about 120 hertz, even though it is nice. So yeah, the regular 17 might end up being a missed opportunity, I guess, because this is a pattern we usually see in the regular iPhone models. We see one phone that's a regular iPhone that's really great, then the next year it's a minor upgrade that nobody really wants to upgrade for, and the year after that there's a big update which people want to buy. And that's how it usually went. Before it was the 16 wasn't a big enough update for people, so people went for the 15 at discounted prices. And before that, the 15 came out, and that was a great phone because the 14 was completely identical to the 13, almost completely identical to the 13, I guess. I mean, the only difference I can tell is I think it has a smaller notch, But anyway, nobody wanted the 14 either. And the 13 was a big. And when the 13, so everyone went for 13. And when the 13 came out, that was a big upgrade because it had a better camera than the 12. And it's a pattern. And this the 17 was supposed to be the next upgrade that people will make people want to buy the next iPhone. And it's not that. The price just isn't convincing enough. And honestly, it's a real missed opportunity because they really should have gone with a bigger screen and what else? The newer chip. Because when you're spending that much money on a phone, you're going to look at all these things. A lot of these things come to become a factor when you're spending a lot of money. And the iPhone 17, the way it looks, might just not be a good enough upgrade. Now, if you're buying even if you're buying your first iPhone or transitioning for an Android, I mean, unless you're really focused on the selfie camera and the 120 Hertz, I don't think it's really good enough. Unless the prices are much lower, I don't think it's a good enough reason because there's going to be huge discounts for the 16 by the time the 17 comes out, there's going to be a whole lot of discounts for the 16 and the 17 Pro. Because 17 Pro went out for a while. So in the countries where the 17 Pro is relatively cheaper, people are going to go for that. And the countries where the 16 is a lot cheaper, people are going to go for that. And the 17 is going to be a mess, and it's just going to end up having to wait a whole year to get discounted, and then people are going to buy it. And it's going to have to be discounted a lot too because the process is going to be really old by then. So yeah, the 17 is going to be a miss this year.